I thought I was recording. I was camera, so I have a bunch of pictures of myself. Hello, I'm Kimberly. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my channel is about my life in real time. I post every day. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh my god, I just watched the bushes. I feel like spider webs. But yeah, I post every day. But I missed a couple of days. I was without a phone. I'm staying in a hotel. I've been in this hotel for about a week now with my husky and my son's German Shepherd, who I've been caring for after he passed away. And they're 10 puppies. 10 puppies. They're 10 weeks old now. My channel is pretty much been taken over by the puppies. Well, my channel, my life. Ooh, it is cold here. Whoa, I'm like dressed not for this cold weather, but I'm out taking these guys, the mother and father, for a walk. The father on the right, that's Sir Ragnarok. He's my husky. The mother, she's a German Shepherd. She's pedigree too. She got taken. My son was so particular when he got her. He had 3 boys. He has 3 boys, and he wanted a good guard dog. He got Octavia. Her parents were like police dogs. They were well-trained police dogs. And he had planned to go that route with Octavia. But at 23 years old, he died, leaving behind 3 little boys and a fiancée who loved him more than life itself. She loved him as much as I did, in a different way, of course. She was like a daughter to me. She was one of 12 children. And they were pretty much raised in the foster care system. Her mother, had some addictions and wasn't always. She had like some felony issues, and it kept her from parenting. And Jasmine, which was her name, she lived with me for 8 years. I think it's going on 8 years. It was nothing planned. She was in foster care with her biological maternal grandmother, who the grandmother's son, which would be their uncle, was doing things to the girls. So they were living at a park in December, and this is how I met Jasmine and her sister. She had a twin sister, and the twin sister's girlfriend. My son had snuck them in for a week. I did not know that he had them kept in the house, well, in his room. a whole week. And it's crazy too because their friend, my son's friend Keith, was already living with us. So their bedroom was already pretty crammed. I just had a 3-bedroom house. And I had 5 kids. And at my son's passing, I had 6 grandbabies. My son, Christian, had 3 boys. 4 years old, 2 years old, and when he passed away, a 3-month-old. 3-month-old was baby Ragnar. And I wasn't really in favor of the name Ragnar. Everybody loved the name. And I'm like, son, are you sure? And then he's all, yeah, and if it's a girl, I'm going to name her Lagatha. I'm like, Lagatha. Okay. But he probably named his baby boy, his youngest, Ragnar. And Ragnar was born December 20th, 2020. Oh, we don't eat that. We don't eat that. Let's go. Grody, you two. Gross. Ew. Ew. You guys are disgusting. Poop. Why they would get into poop. You know, parvos pass through poop. The puppies eat, I guess, parvo-infected poop. I don't know all the details on parvo, but just looking it up, I came across that. I'm like, that's interesting. But I'm sure if it spreads, but it's beyond their poop, actually. Because I know you have to spray your the cement with bleach and everything because it lives. I originally heard it lived for like 5 years, but upon doing research, it's not that long. It's not that long. But anyways, back to the puppies. And well, back to my son. Yeah, it's never easy losing a child. And for Jasmine, he was the love of her life. Like, we were her only family. Her family were, it was questionable how they all came out without parental figures. Like, a lot of stuff happens in foster care, or at least it happened to Jasmine and her sister. But I was prepared to take them on. Actually, I had her and her sister and her sister's friend. They lived with me for, all 3 of them, for over a year, maybe 2 years. I taught them how to drive and was there to help them graduate. And just, I don't know, my house was always open. Back then was so different from now. Like, I look at just feeding myself, everything is so expensive. So expensive. Like, I always cooked. I had to cook every day because I not only had my kids and my grandkids. My son collected people. And there's just a lot of throwaway teenagers. It's really sad. And so my house was always filled with people, with kids. Like my nephew, he was in the Marines, Camp Pendleton. and I lived in Apple Valley. So he and his, I don't know what you call them, bunkmates? I don't really know what they are. I'm making that up. I totally don't know what they are. Bunkies? I don't think they call them that. Whatever they are. Friends. Comrades. I have no idea. If that's insulting, you know. Obviously, I adore them. My nephew. So never would I be insulting. But every weekend they would come back. And it was just, you know, you open your doors and just, there's always a way. There's always a way. It's beautiful how life works like that. At one time, when Thanksgiving, Target was having like a clearance sale on their turkeys. They're like 19 cents a pound. I had freezers full of turkeys. Oh, thank you. Okay, let's go get some food now. Okay. Hold it up, babies. Hold it up. Okay, let me get my keys out of my shoe. Don't pull on me. These two are a mighty force. Okay, let me get the keys unlocked. Let's get some food. The puppies are hungry. Okay, let me unlock it. Or you guys know how to get in. Alright. My husky, he's incredibly strong, incredibly athletic. When he jumps, he soars. And I laugh because when he gets in the car, he acts like he can't jump in. And so he's halfway in, so I have to pick him up by his butt and lift him up and put him in. But I know he can do it because obviously he's like a working dog. He's very disciplined and very you know what, I get shopping carts and I put reins on him because I ride horses, and he'd pull me in the shopping cart like a sleigh. Now with Octavia, she's small, but she's mighty. So I usually wear heels, and I can walk them with heels, but it's just best I put on these boots I got because it's easy. If I fall down once, boom. Because it's been easier for me to keep them on the one leash. Because Octavia, she's not as trained in leash walking. So she has more of the slack. So it's almost like Ragnar has to keep her intact. So when she strays off, she sticks close to him. And in the city, which I'm in the city right now in Westminster, it's nothing like the desert, obviously. So they're definitely security. It's a big force, me walking with these two guys. Because I don't care who it is. We split the road. We park the roads. People, they don't stop to really talk. When it's just Ragnar, he's a big ham. Oh. Okay. Oh yeah, I was talking about when we... Yeah, oops, dang it. I'm leaving now. The puppies, we ran out of food. And I got like this Bluetooth. I'm gonna take it back and to get a refund. and buy puppy food. Did I mention that there was 10 in the litter? 10, and they're 10 weeks old. Although I'm down to 9. I'm looking to find good homes for them. Did I mention the fact that I'm homeless too? Yeah, isn't that crazy? It's beyond crazy for me. I'm still in shock. I'm recently homeless. The puppies were maybe 3 weeks old when I lost my house, when I got evicted from my house. I've lived in my house. It was a house I grew up in. So since I was 7, 1977. It's a long story, but after I've had a lot of just a lot of tragedy, a lot of loss, a lot of trauma, and it was a family member who stole my house from me, a very close family member, and it happened at a time when I wasn't really doing so great with life, you know. I've been diagnosed with agoraphobia, CPTSD. I have ADHD and complex grief. I've been dealing with grieving the loss of my son by myself. I tried a couple of support groups, but they weren't. I've yet to find a support group that makes me feel human, if that makes sense. I went to actually 2 Women Seeking Safety. I just got out of a 22-year abusive marriage. I was married to a very dangerous man who just lived a dangerous life. Well, he lived, I guess, 2 lives. The family life where I made him look good. And I built him up. And that I never really was truthful about anything to anybody. My mom knew. My mom always worried that he was going to kill me. He came close to it. And it actually pushed me to do it myself. I lost 22 years of my life, of my youth. I'm now 55. I just turned 55. But you know what? I have the heart. It feels like I was in prison. Because I have the heart and the mentality. And I still feel like a kid, like a teenager. I know I'm not. But I just... It's cool. You know, everything, there's a balance. It's cool in some ways because because I have a lighter outlook on life than most people. And some of it's, not so cool because I have such a cheery outlook on life than most people. That's why a lot of wishful thinking. And that's why I lost the house, because things like that don't happen to good people. But they do. I keep getting reminded how hard life is. It's a very sad, very lonely place. Very expensive too, and cruel. I'm just hungry. I haven't ate all day. I just had a...
Hi, how can I help you?
Yes, a green burrito with...
One green bean and cheese?
Yes, please, with onions and extra green sauce.
With onion and extra green sauce?
Yes.
Okay.
And a Del Taco, and that'll
And
be
one
it.
Del Combo burrito?
No, just a Del Taco.
Oh, Del Taco, sorry.
Yes.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Alright, so I have the green bean and cheese burrito, extra green sauce with onions, and then one Del Taco. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Nothing to drink?
No, thank you.
Okay, I'll get your toilet window, okay?
Okay, thank you. I'm always too cheap to get a drink. But you know what? I should just get a drink. I have a $10 bill, but it's ripped up. I wonder if they take it. I'm gonna pull out my money now. Just hold on. Dang, I'm gonna go. Oh, there we go. Hold on. There's a thrift store here, and I need to supplement their food with like rice. Like cook like chicken and rice and do half and half. It helps supplement the food because the puppies I give them a high quality puppy food, dog food, for a very good reason. Oops. They're big. The puppies are huge. They're super big and they eat a lot. So, oh my god, I hate these cars. I hate city driving. Well, I got them pedigree. It was a bigger bag, way cheaper. It was like, oh my god, I was in heaven. I'm like, this is gonna feed the puppies for a long time. It was like a big 40-pound bag of dog food. It got them sick. That gave them like, I thought it was diarrhea, but it was just mushy stools, but real like gross mushy stools, and times 10. And these puppies, they poop like 3 times a day each. That's all I do all day is clean poop and pee and poop and pee and play and wash. The hotel I was at before in West Covina, it had washing facilities, which was super nice. This one at Motel 6 does not have washing facilities, nor does it have no refrigerator and no microwave. So, but I go downstairs and use their microwave when needed. But there's a Goodwill here, and they sell appliances. It's my favorite store ever. Like everything I wear is practically Goodwill, and it's so fun to shop because you never. It's just. I just love it, and they always have half off, so. And a lot of the stuff is new that I get, so it's great. But anyways, I'm gonna look for like a skillet or like a grill, just something electric where it's easier, where I can actually make the rice and supplement the dog food. And it's $7.25. Normally I could take hours in here. But this time I have to get, the puppies need food. So I'm just gonna eat my burrito real quick and go in there and hopefully find me a skillet or something. It's been hard. It's been really hard. Oops. I think I'm gonna eat first, yeah. I've just been eating like once a day. And which is fine. It's intermittent fasting. But since I've been out, I don't eat healthy. So just a lot of fast food and I don't, it's not really my preference. How do I turn this light off? But I like, Del Taco, I can do that. But burgers and all of that, I love potatoes, I do, but it's not really healthy for me. If I would have thought ahead, there's this L&L Hawaiian barbecue. They have the spam wasabi and French fries like Del Taco, and it's huge. And I eat it all, and it's so bad. It's heavy, but I don't know. But I had a noodle earlier, a cup of noodle, and I'm gonna eat this and then go in. So I guess I'll say goodbye for now. If you're new to my channel, and if you stayed around this long, I'm a talker, huh? I just have a lot on my mind. And I don't have anyone to talk to. YouTube has been my therapy. And it's just me talking. But just talking, it helps, it helps me clear my mind. And oddly, it's like I don't get a response back, but I guess, it feels like I do, or I can work stuff out. Hopefully. I'm just scared to death because it's okay if I'm homeless. I can manage. And there's support, there's resources out there. But I have my Ragnarok. And Octavia. Arthur's said he wanted her, but he's not really, he doesn't always mean what he says. So I really don't know. She's up in the air. My daughter had her, but my daughter was taking care of her husband this past year or two. But they were living with me, and they got evicted too. And they just had a baby girl. So my daughter's having housing issues too. Where she called me in tears. They're living in someone's backyard. And they can't stay there anymore. And they have to go into a homeless shelter with the baby. And there's nothing I can really do to help her. I'm in the same situation, and she had Octavia. But she couldn't keep Octavia, especially with all these puppies where she was at. So I got Octavia and the puppies. And I just live day by day. Yeah. I'm just scared to death. I'm like, I don't know. It's just, it's a grim reality. And most people say it's crazy for me to have these puppies. And it is. But I've lost so much. My grandson Ragnarok that I was talking about, my son Christian's baby, a month and a half after my son died, he died the day after Easter. It was April 5th, 2021. He took his last breath. He was home alone with his 3 boys. And my daughter was the one who found him. He was holding his baby in his arms, and the 2 boys were sleeping next to him. Jasmine was at work. She just started working at Little Caesars Pizza. And she was just starting to drive. She was afraid to drive. But he gave her the courage. My son gave her the courage to drive. They're a beautiful couple. And a month and a half after he died, it was June 6th, so 2 months, Jasmine and the 3 boys were in a fatal car accident that killed Jasmine and baby Ragnar. He was 5 months old. And my 2 grandsons, they were 2 and 4. They survived, but had, they were in critical condition. Jasmine didn't have them buckled up in their car seats. So when they were discharged from the hospital, they were in pediatric, or peds, ICU. They had broken bones and surgery and lacerations, black eyes, just internal injuries. The 4-year-old came out in a wheelchair. But CPS was there to make the boys wards of the state, because their mother, who was now deceased, neglected to buckle them in the car seat. Ultimately, they were placed not with my family. December 17th, 2021 was the last time that I saw my grandsons. They were the joy of my life. They were my everything wonderful. And that my youngest daughter was taken from me when she was 10 by her father, and he alienated her from me. It's that living grief. They're alive somewhere, but there's no contact, and everything fed to them about me is not favorable. And how damaging is that to a child? My grandsons were my everything wonderful. And my daughter, she's my baby. The alienation, it's cruel. My life's been a living hell. And my nephew, that was the Marine I was talking about, he was a father of 3 little boys, Kingston. the baby. He finished out his tour, or whatever, I'm not sure what they call it in the Marines. Then he signed up for a second round. He and his wife got divorced, and she moved back to Oregon. That's where they originally lived. She's a beautiful girl. She was a very good mom, very good wife. My nephew was very close to my kids. He was like a son to me. When my son died, 2 days after his death, oh my God, it wasn't 2 days. It was the next day. He was stationed in, I think, North Carolina. And he was heading back to California to grieve with us after Christian died. And my nephew Andrew was killed in a car accident. He was an only child. Just so much loss. So I don't know. People can't understand me, and especially being homeless and having no income and having these puppies, but these puppies are like the only living connection I have with my son. And if it gets to a point where their health or their lives are in jeopardy, I will always choose what's best for them. I would never, I'm not crazy. And I don't know, people, or I should say, no, not people, just, my ex-husband always talked about me being crazy and a bad person. He didn't have a lot of good things to say about me. So I don't care about the rest of the world. Like, I didn't come out of the marriage with any friends, and I'm fine with that, because anyone who was ever my friend would know me. I've never changed. I've been the same person. And he fluctuates and changes with the weather. He's not a nice guy. So I'm sure just through intimidation, because he was just a loud, big, ugly source of energy. And his stories were so crazy and outrageous. And I'm like, I didn't feel dignified to even respond to a lot of his stuff that he was saying about me. Because it's so ridiculous. I'm like, it made him look stupid is what I thought. But, in hindsight, I realized that not saying anything is saying something. And my kids, I was disconnected from my kids, for my older children, for a year, maybe 2. This was after my son died. So I was alone. My parents, no, they betrayed me. I don't have family. Well, now I have children, but I don't include them with my life when it's grim. I would never bug my kids, and I would never take anything from them. You know, they have their own problems, their own lives. No, I'd rather be living homeless in the desert than have to even concern my children. I just tell them I'm always all right. You know, I'm fine. Even when I'm not. Especially when I'm not. Gosh. Well, I know my time's running out. I gotta hurry up. Get back and get these puppies fed. But I've just been stressing a lot. I'm praying to God that, you know, we get through another day. It's starting to rain. I have 9 big puppies. I have agoraphobia too, so I'm kind of limited on what I'm able to do, and that scares me too. Well, thanks. Thanks for being there if you're there. If you're not, I would never know. So me and Ragnarok and Octavia back there, wherever she's at. Let me bid you farewell from Westminster, California.